If you have a bleeding person who's moving and dripping blood, you'll see a drip trail. I can't say in this case because it's been too altered.
Gruesome crime scene photos in the kitchen knife murder trial. Danielle Redlick claims she stabbed her husband, who used to be her stepfather, in self-defense. Testimony resumes this morning in Orlando. Plus,
although my words may be cutting, they are only sounds. A dull knife compared to the sharp, disloyal, deceiving, phony, and never-ending, selfish knife you continue to twist in my back.
a letter Danielle Redlick wrote to her husband before the stabbing is read to the jury. She brings up knives and cuts multiple times. The state's case continues this morning. It's all ahead right here next on Court TV Live. Joining us now, forensic psychiatrist and body language expert, Dr. Carole Lieberman in Los Angeles. And Carole, to you first, Carole, when you look at this defendant, you look at the 911 call, you look at some of the facts that we do know, and you anticipate her taking the stand, which we've been led to believe that will be the case in this self-defense case. What are your overall assessments as you look at her and with the idea that she's going to have to probably make or break this case with her testimony? What stands out to you?
Well, you know, first of all, the letter, the email that you referenced, that is very damning. You know, she does seem obsessed with knives. She talks about how her words are dull, you know, are like a dull knife, and his words are like a sharp knife, and she goes on and on about knives. And she also talks about, of course, someone would be traumatized and may act out because of the way that he's been to her. So basically, you know, it's a question of, first she said a heart attack and suicide, and that has already been ruled out by autopsy. Then she's trying to say self-defense, but what's interesting is, even if she did stab him in the shoulder in self-defense, the fact that she let it go for 11 hours, I mean, he could possibly, and let him bleed to death, he could possibly have been saved. You know, perhaps she did it in a moment of anger, and she did it, and then she thought, oh my God, what did I do? And then she would call 911, and perhaps he could have been saved. And also, what doesn't go with that is the fact that she tried to clean up the scene, you know, tried to hide things. So clearly, I think it seems what is left but murder.
Dr. Lieberman, how does this factor in, and will jurors be opinionated on this subject?
Well, you know, a lot depends upon how she wound up marrying him, how her mother wound up marrying him in the first place. Because, you know, a lot of times little girls don't like their stepfather because, you know, they feel that the stepfather replaced their real father, who they were much more attached to. I don't know. I don't think it's come out yet what her relationship with her biological father was. So it's kind of it could go a lot of different ways. But I think, and again, I'm getting this from that email that she sent, the very damning email, that she thinks that he maybe married her out of convenience to take care of her sister.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll see how this factors in when she takes the stand. If she takes the stand, the state has just called its next witness.
Please.
All right, Carole Lieberman. Did this witness move the ball at all, or not a lot there?